Hey, this is very interesting. There's this Republican Congressman, Dan Crenshaw from Texas. We've talked about him in the past. He has one of the most gerrymandered districts I've ever seen. If you look at the shape of the district, it's like a crescent moon. It has no basis in it makes no sense. It's really the prototypical example of gerrymandering. And Dan Crenshaw is seen by many on the right as sort of a different type of Republican, millennial and more savvy when it comes to social media and the internet and sort of some kind of truth teller and, not like the old guard Republicans. Well, the Daily Beast now reports that although Congressman Dan Crenshaw didn't buy or sell any stocks in his first 13 months as a congressman, in March of 2020, when the pandemic hit, he made about half a dozen of the half a dozen buys of stocks. And he did not disclose those right away. He delayed disclosure, chalking it up to a clerical error. 5 of those purchases came between March 25 and 27. That is exactly when the Senate and House were voting on the CARES Act, and Trump signed it into law. This was the first coronavirus stimulus. Crenshaw supported the bill, didn't disclose his stock trades in violation of the Stock Act, which requires members of Congress to tell the public when they do any securities trading. Months later, he amended the records to say, oh, back in March, I made these trades. And when his office was asked about it, they said these were clerical errors. Now, to be clear, Senators Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue were moving millions of dollars in stock. These trades by Dan Crenshaw, we're talking about 6 figures. They add up to no more than $120,000. But remember, Dan Crenshaw has a lot less money than Loeffler and Perdue. But the timing is very, very much suspect. And it makes us wonder why he made the purchases and in 2 series of disclosures didn't mention the purchases, later did, and now says that it's merely a clerical error and nothing whatsoever to see here. And what's crazy is I have done more disclosure of my pandemic-related stock trades than has Dan Crenshaw, or than had Dan Crenshaw. In March, when I made the trades, and by the way, I just have a show. I have no reason to disclose anything, but I do. I came to you guys and I said, I made some stock trades on the basis of the pandemic. Live Nation, which does live events, crashed. I believe eventually live events will come back. So I bought Live Nation stock. I bought Roku stock thinking I've already owned Netflix for years. I'm not going to get more Netflix stock, but with people at home, I think Roku will do really well. Zoom, with so many people working from home, possibly indefinitely. I said I bought Zoom. I did more disclosure than Dan Crenshaw did. So is this something? Is it nothing? The point is the guy frames himself as not like everybody else. This is the new breed of millennial Republican who's, different. He is different in that he's not nearly as wealthy as a lot of these other folks who have been trading stock, but he seems to be just like everybody else. And if you want to know more about Dan Crenshaw and his antics, check out some of my other videos, including analyses of an appearance he did with Joe Rogan, where he says some really strange things about socialism and healthcare. But when I'm doing more disclosure than elected officials, you know that something has gone very, very wrong. And Dan Crenshaw, indistinguishable from these other Republicans.